The headlines: Troops rescue 6 kidnapped victims, neutralize 1 bandit in Kaduna State. FCT Minister Wike sets up joint task force on cross-border crimes, 1 chance. High voltage incident kills 6, injures many and destroys shops in Jos. From the international scene, Gaza death toll rises to 2,215, over 1,300 buildings destroyed. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. The One Division Nigerian Army says that its troops have rescued 6 kidnapped victims and neutralized 1 bandit at Hayansando General Area of Maraban Jos in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. The acting deputy director, Army Public Relations, 1 Division Nigerian Army, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Yahya, who confirmed the development in a statement issued in Kaduna, said the victims were rescued on Friday. Yahya said that the ongoing clearance operation by the troops of the division had continued to yield positive results. He charged the troops to continue the aggressive tempo until all criminal elements in the division's area of responsibility are completely eradicated. Yahya also appealed to all paramedics to be on the lookout for persons with gunshot wounds and report to the Nigerian Army and other sister security services for prompt action. Meanwhile, 1 person was shot dead while 2 others were abducted at Daupe, a community neighboring Dede town of FCT, but under Tafa local government area in Niger State. A resident, Adamu Galadima, said that the kidnappers went into the area on Wednesday morning and abducted 2 persons, including a serving policeman inside the respected farms. He said that the wife of one of the abducted persons was shot on her leg as she was attempting to prevent the attackers from taking away her husband. Trust TV further learned that members of the vigilante along the hunters were mobilized from the community and 2 neighboring villages to trace the kidnappers. The sources added, however, that the vigilante ended up killing a herder who had attempted to run away, as he was reportedly suspected to be among the group of the kidnappers. About 10 members of the security vigilante were arrested and detained by the Sabon Wuse Police Division as of Saturday over the development, just as others are yet to honor the police invitation over the killing of the herder. The Divisional Police Officer DPO in charge of Sabon Wuse, CSP Latif Abiodun, confirmed the development, adding that the investigation into the matter was ongoing. Away from that, the ethnic Fulani from Jikamshi district of Musawa local government area of Katsina State laments over continuous extrajudicial killings of their kinsmen by members of the local vigilante groups in the last 10 months. Many of the Fulanis who are now taking refuge in Katsina City said to Trust TV that about 200 Fulanis were extrajudiciously killed by the volunteer group Nsakai, recently proscribed by Katsina State government. Abdullahi Yamadi reports.
In a complaint letter written to the Imam of Katsina, Abdulmumin Kabir Usman, through their lawyer, the Fulani group said their lives and that of their families are in danger. They said that even one of their friends, one Bello Kwari, a member of Mieti Allah, was on the 4th of September 2023 picked and allegedly killed in a gruesome manner by the vigilante group in Jikamshi.
Yanki karamar hukumar Musa da Matazo babu zaman lafiya. Saboda 'yan sa kai
Vigilantes and Ensake have formed the habit of hunting and killing any Fulani person they see. I can tell you without any fear of contradiction that about 200 Fulanis have been eliminated in Musa local government from January to date. According to them, the vigilantes deployed their members to strategic locations around the houses of Fulanis in the area with the intention of eliminating them. Look, even as we are here, we are living in fear and apprehension. All we are saying is, if there is any allegation against our people, we should be investigated, tried, and prosecuted in a court of law. But resorting to jungle justice, this is unacceptable anywhere in the world. We are appealing to our humble governor, Malam Diko Umaru Rada, to investigate this issue and act immediately to prevent further breakdown of law and order. I have been receiving threatening calls and messages from the vigilantes and Ensake that they will kill me. But the question is, for what offense should I be killed? Why should they resort to extrajudicial killings? Why are they bent on eliminating Fulanis? Many stressed the need for quick intervention of relevant authorities to prevent further escalation of reprisals between Fulani and vigilance group. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, has set up 2 joint task forces made up of all security agencies in the territory. They are to fight cross-border banditry and eliminate the menace of one-chance robbery in the nation's capital. One-chance robbers often pose as drivers, pick unsuspecting passengers and disposes them of their properties. The FCT Police Commissioner Haruna Garba made this known in Abuja at the end of the FCT Security Council meeting chaired by the minister. Addressing journalists, Garba, who was flanked by the FCT Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Olushola Odumosu, as well as other defense and intelligence chiefs, said meeting they discussed ways to flush out criminal elements in the FCT, stop cross-border crimes, and curb the menace of one chance. An overnight power surge in Kabong area of Jos in Plateau State has killed 6 persons, injuring several others, and destroyed shops. It was gathered that the incident, which was caused by a high-tension wire that reportedly caught and landed on another wire, happened at about 2 a.m. on Saturday when people were fast asleep. The youth leader of the area, Silvanus Boniface, said those killed have been taken to the mortuary while those who sustained injuries are receiving treatment at various hospitals. He said among the dead are 2 siblings who died from electrocution, while those who sustained injuries were burnt by flames from the sparks. Ahead of the November 11th election in Kogi State, the INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu has arrived the state to access the mock accreditation exercise in the state. The chairman, who was accompanied by members of the commission, security agencies, members of the press, and top election observers, made his first visit to INEC's office in Kotang-Arfe, where he was received by the electoral officer in Kogi local government, Hassan Musa, and other top security personnel. The INEC chairman tasked the commission's officials in the state to employ best standard in the conduct of the upcoming election. Still on the 2023 election, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, have said a total 1,056,862 voters will participate in the 2023 Bayelsa State governorship election. INEC's National Commissioner supervising Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Rivers State, May Agbamuche Mbu, made the disclosure when she presented the soft copies of the voters' register for the 2023 Bayelsa State governorship election before stakeholders of the various political parties at the Professor Muhammad Yakubu Media Center in Yanagwa. To report.
INEC National Commissioner May Agbamuche Mbu said the commission is committed to keeping strictly to the date for the 2023 governorship election in Bayelsa State, noting that it will deploy bimodal voter accreditation system BVA in all the 2,244 polling units in the Bayelsa State for the election. She further said the publication was to enable the political parties to proceed with their campaigns, as the commission will publish the final figure of the PVCs collected before the date of the election in the state.
The Commission will deploy the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, the BVAS, in all the 2,244 polling units in Bayelsa State. Please also note that the voters must present their PVCs to the election officials before they will be allowed to vote on election day. Be assured that the Commission is committed to maintaining a high level of professionalism.
The State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Obo Evanga, during the publication of the voters' register said 3,459 registered voters from Bayelsa State are ineligible to vote as they were involved in multiple registration, which was detected by the system.
In the same polling unit, you can have 3 persons bearing the same name, provided the fingerprints and the facials are different. So there would be no reason to deliberately remove your name from the voters register. We don't gain anything from that. Now the point about the 3,000 plus who were removed is because of that. So we were deleting this from the register every quarter. And at the end of the day, Bayelsa State had the highest multiple registrations in the country.
The state chairman of Accord Party, Victor Weronipere Fisi, and the publicity secretary of the People Democratic Party, Ebie Ogoli, expressed their displeasure with the revelations. The state chairman of All Progressive Congress, Chief Dennis Ututu, said the process which the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, has adapted will boost the confidence of the political parties and their candidate.
Over 3,000 plus we are deleted from the good number of Bayelsans that have registered. So I'm seriously worried. But their explanation is okay on their own part, but I'm not too comfortable with the area they said even dead persons. If tell you somebody died, then the relative have to write to INEC.
The fact that voters in those particular units will be disenfranchised is a source of concern, to this our party. Our party, we are not just after our own interest, but anything that concerns the interest of Bayelsa is actually our own interest.
All the political parties that are participating in this election have collected the electronic copy of the voters register, and this shows transparency so that it gives a level playing field to all the political parties.
INEC has fixed Saturday, November 11 for governorship election in Bayelsa State. Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Imo State has reiterated its comment towards delivering a free, fair and credible election in the state. The resident electoral commissioner in the state, Sylvia Agu, stated this while addressing newsmen shortly after flagging off the voter education capacity building training for civil society organizations held in Owerri, the state's capital. Ajibade Praise was there and now reports.
The training is geared at equipping participants with the right information and mechanism needed to educate the electorate on their duties ahead of the poll.
We are trying to change the mindset of our people. That is why you see on election day, some people take it as holiday. They sleep in the house. Some even say, INEC already knows those people that were bad winners. It's not like that. That your single vote can make a leader to emerge, and it can make a candidate to lose when we are collating the results. So let them know that their single vote makes a lot of difference. So coming out to vote is your power. That's the only power you have as a Nigerian.
At the ABC of voter education, we are here just because we are going to the field. So we are here to learn what to tell people, what to do in the field. So, just as we have just said, the benefit we need to reap if we do good voter education. Then we will learn more about the basic voter education, ABC of voter education.
Speaking earlier, the resident electoral commissioner said the commission is poised to conduct a credible poll. Hence, they are taking advantage of the partnership between them and civil society organizations to sensitize electorate across the 27 local government areas of the state on the electoral processes.
Voter education program disseminates balanced and objective information on what citizens need to know and to exercise their right to vote. You can see it's very important. So on this note, I wish to appreciate you for partnering with the Commission to enlighten the electorate on civic and voter education.
On issues of credibility of the commission and allegations against INEC, Agu said their sanctions were mere rumors without facts to substantiate the claims.
Because if you said we are bringing results that does not reflect the will of the people, we need evidence to back it up. Because what we work with, results signed by political party agents, they record results from PU level to ward level to LGA level. And the party agents signed these results with the clear. So how is it not, how does it not reflect the will of the people?
While the participants hope to go into the hinterlands to sensitize electorates on the coming polls, Imo residents are urged to come out en masse to cast their votes for the candidate of their choice on the election day. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at how hazy weather disrupts economic activities in Maiduguri. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Creative Lounge on Trust TV. My name is Ahmed Mohammed Bello and I'm going to be taking you through my journey as an artist.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you troops rescue 6 kidnapped victims, neutralize 1 bandit in Kaduna. An FCT Minister Wike sets up joint task force on cross-border crimes, one chance. Moving on to more stories, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been called upon to assent to the traditional, complementary and alternative medicine bill, which was approved by the Federal Executive Council, the FEC, in 2020. National President Medicine Practitioners of Nigeria, NTMPN, Ibrahim Dada Nakowa, who made the appeal, says the bill seeks to encourage the practice of alternative medicines in Nigeria. Nakowa, in a statement, also advised the public against patronizing unregistered practitioners across Africa and Nigeria to avoid consuming herbs that could be detrimental to their health, especially at this time when kidney failure and liver damage is prevalent. According to Ibrahim, who is also the ambassador and national coordinator of the Traditional, Complementary and Alternative Medicine, TCAM, a department under the Federal Ministry of Health, said this is not the time for the public to patronize anybody who professes to be a herbal doctor without first verifying if such an individual is registered practitioner. He said there are herbs that are very dangerous to human consumption, saying some can even cause kidney failure and liver damage in some consumers because they contain toxic chemicals or heavy metals which can react harmfully with other drugs. Poverty and environment are identified as factors responsible for the challenges that parents encounter in raising their children in the society. A cross-section of parents in Kaduna say many societal ills are a result to poor upbringing. Trust TV's Bello Musa completes the story.
Every parent's dream is to raise a good child that will be beneficial to them and the society. However, raising child is always associated with certain challenge, which parents if not properly addressed, could affect the attitude and the behavior of the children.
First challenge is poverty. So poverty is the worst challenge that deter the way we are raising our children, because the poverty, you see, more especially in our northern culture, we do marry like 2, 3 wives when you don't have, when you are not financially buoyant to cater with your family.
Issue of upbringing a child primarily lies on the parents. A child entered into school of his mother. That is why we have mother tongue. The way mother talk, that is how a child grew up to talk. The language that the mother speaks is the language that the child will speak, not the father, because he entered the mother's school first. So if the mother is well trained and she knows her responsibilities, that child will be a very good child.
Stakeholders and parents often attribute many moral decadence witnessed in the society to lapses of parental guide in the course of raising their children.
Environments where the child grow up. Which environment did the child grow up? It is very vital. You understand? You cannot go to a community where people are irresponsible. They don't care about their way of living. And then expecting your child to be a good child. No matter how good you are, that child will not be good.
Secondly, is this the social reform. When I say social reform, most of the children that we are raising now, children of nowadays, do involve in social media activities when they are teenagers in their teenage age. So this will also help to destroy the foundation we give our children.
When lapses are recorded at homes in children's upbringing, many believe that it will reflect in the larger society.
We need 2 categories of people to shape the lives of people. That is the religious teachers. We learn from them, not only talking. Let us see what they are saying being done practically. That is one. Secondly, the custodian of our cultures. Who are the custodian of our culture? The traditional rulers. They secured our culture so that we will not deviate.
If you marry a religious woman, there definitely should the moral upbringing of your son. Children she's going to give birth to is going to be a well-recognized children, because she's a religious woman. She knows how to give them training.
To nurture children to be greater leaders of tomorrow, the consensus is that all hands must be on deck to make the society and by extension the country better. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
In Borno State, residents of Maiduguri have described the NIMET's latest prediction of hazy weather in the city as surprising. It would be recalled that last week, the sudden hazy weather disrupted flights and forced some residents to remain indoors or wear face masks. Now, some business operators and residents fear that the expected dusty weather will affect economic activities there. Trust TV's Beatrice Kuruzi has more.
The hazy weather most times occur during the months of November and January in Maiduguri, but last week's Harmattan-like weather in the metropolis took most residents by surprise, as they didn't expect such changes. According to NIMET, another dust haze is expected to sweep through the northern region again. It is likely that it will disrupt their livelihood and flight schedules, especially those moving around the capital. Alice James, a businesswoman, said the predictions, if true, will affect her business just as it did in the previous week.
It's early for me to close, but I didn't see anybody to buy my business. So I have to close because the dust used to disturb us through nose and is entering our eye. We have to wear glass and the face masks because of the dust. So really, the dust affect our business because many people got sick since the last time. Up to now, some of them, they never heal yet. For this time around again, I think I will not get anything. I will still, I don't know when it will come, but I know we can prepare for it. Even we didn't get it for shop, it will affect us, especially that we know business, especially if you lose a 1 day, you lose like 10 days.
Yeah, it's very, very strange because the weather is we are not into the, mostly Maiduguri weather is dry, but we used to hear the breeze blowing. But as I'm talking to you now, the weather is very humid. So, normally Maiduguri weather, we never experience the humid weather. So when the humid weather comes to Maiduguri, it really affects us due to the sickness, some dulling and the rest.
The other time we had just of 3 days, it affected many. Presently, I'm talking to you, I'm sick. I have cough and catarrh that is disturbing me. I've been taking medicine, but I'm still sick. But alhamdulillah, I'm managing. It's very dusty. The moving of vehicle traveling from one location to another is going to be very hectic. And at home, one has to be careful. The windows, the doors should be shut down, and use of face masks.
When it happened at first, it was difficult for us to get passengers. In fact, people didn't come out because of the dust. If another one happens again, it will affect us and our source of income. It is strange that we should expect another hazy weather because we only experience it during the Harmattan. When the last one happened, I could not see properly while riding, so I had to go back home without making money that day. With the sudden twist in the weather, many will have to adapt to the changes and pray that it doesn't get worse than last week. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
From the international scene, Israeli strikes on the Gaza Strip since Hamas's attack on southern Israel 1 week ago have killed at least 2,215 people, including 724 children, the Palestinian territory's Hamas-controlled health ministry said on Saturday. Some 458 women were among those killed, the ministry said. It added that 8,714 people have also been wounded after an earlier statement said at least 324 people were killed in the past 24 hours alone. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said the bombardment is just the beginning as Israel seeks to retaliate against Hamas after their fighters killed more than 1,300 people a week ago. More than 1,300 buildings in the Gaza Strip have been destroyed so far, the United Nations said on Saturday. And finally in sports, the Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro says his team is braced for a tough 2023 African Cup of Nations campaign. The three-time Africa champions will face host Côte d'Ivoire, Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau in Group A. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms, and you can join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.